Some days are sunny and some days are cloudy like today. Cloudy days and sunny days. And that's how autism sometimes is. And isn't our life like that every day? VEDA vlogging every day in April, or VEDA month, I should say. And so we're going to move on to talking about ADPIE. What is ADPIE? Well, I am a registered nurse, and in the registered nurse world, we use what's called the nursing process. And I use this kind of analogy in all my channels. I do have other channels if you guys want to check them out. I will put a link down below. A is for assessment, D is for diagnosis, P is for planning, I is for intervention, and E is for evaluation. I will put it down in the description box so you guys, in case you forget. But anyway, so if you have a child with autism, or you're not sure if they have autism, but there's something wrong, there's something not quite right, and you're having issues maybe with the child at school, or maybe you were told already and you're just a newly diagnosed family with a child with autism. And so I want to go ahead and kind of give you a guideline as to what to do other than freak out. Because, you know, you do tend to freak out as a new parent of a newly diagnosed family, being a parent with a child with autism. Most specifically, I'm talking about Aspergers. And of course, always seek medical professionals' advice. This is just my sharing with you on some of my background and experience with Asperger's in particular. So let's move on. A is for assessment. So what I mean by that, I want you to really take inventory as to what's happening in your child's life. Is it maybe that whether they're a child, a baby, you can still kind of take an assessment even though they're not talking yet or what have you. But maybe when they're babies, what happens is usually babies will start kind of babbling, and if you notice they're not babbling and things like that, that could be a concern for the doctor. Another thing is, as they get older, are they having a lot of tantrums that are way beyond the terrible twos? And as they get to be teenagers or preteens, are they having trouble at school and being defiant and things like that? So you have to take an inventory, an assessment of what's happening. Once you've determined that there is something that needs to be assessed by a professional, you want to get the professional to help. So what you want to do is you move into the diagnosis phase or detective phase, trying to find out what is the problem. So you want to take a little journal. I'm such a big journal junkie. I cannot live without journals, and I got to tell you, it has really improved my life just by journaling things down. So what you want to do is journal everything that you personally have with your child in the home. You also want to document everything that your child's teacher or babysitter tells you about them, whether they were crying excessively too long, or maybe they were tantruming too long, they threw something, they got a little outburst going. And so you want to kind of keep tabs on how often is this happening, because the more data you have to give to the professionals, the better off you're going to be to getting a diagnosis and getting them services. So that's going to be the next one, which is going to be P for planning. So once you've got the diagnosis, get over the diagnosis and the labels and get ready to put a plan of action. A lot of times parents get so just obsessed with the diagnosis that they can't get past the labels, and it's really hindering the child because you're delaying treatment, not treatment per se, you're delaying therapy that could help to increase functioning of the child. So the sooner and the earlier, the better. So what you want to do is plan whatever it is you think might help at school and at home. You want to start jotting those down too, whether it's accommodations at school. So possibly allowing the child to take their homework, their classwork as homework when they come home. And then finally is the I for intervention, which is coming up with actually interventions, doing and taking action on the plan. And evaluation is finally evaluating how everything's working in an IEP, which is an individualized educational plan, which I'll talk about in another video. So those are my tips for today. I hope they have helped you, friends. Remember to be healthy, well, happy, and organized, and I'll see you next time. Many blessings.